What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to continue our look at the new evolution FAQ for Digimon, going through all of these rulings, and since we looked at red cards last time, I think it's only fair to have a little bit of a look at blue cards this time. As I said in the previous video, this is extremely important, because we need to figure out exactly how this game works, and all you need is a few rulings here and there, like we've got in these FAQs, and that is going to basically tell you how the card designers and rule experts actually start to decide these things, and it means that in the future we are going to be able to make better decisions as to exactly how cards are going to work. So if we're starting off with blue cards, we might as well start off with GOMAMON. Now, GOMAMON has got a rather lovely skill, whereby it's an inheritable skill, so it only works on Digimon that have evolved from it, not it itself. And when it's destroyed, you get yourself an extra memory. Well, what if, during my opponent's turn, my Digimon with this card in its evolution source is destroyed, and your opponent had 0 memory, so now it goes over to you having 1 memory. Is the turn passed to me? Yes. As we've seen before, the turn has to resolve. Battles and any other effects do have to be resolved, but as soon as they are, the turn is passed to you. Awesome. Well, what if the Digimon that has evolved from this blocks an attack of a Digimon with Pierce and is destroyed? As a result that the memory was put to one side, and to my side, does the Pierce effect still activate? Pierce being that after they destroy a Digimon, they get a security attack as well. Yes, it does, because like we just mentioned before, all effects of the attack have to be resolved before the attack finishes, and the turn is not passed over until the turn finishes. Dolphmon, it's a dolphin. But it's also got an inheritable skill whereby on your turn, if your opponent has a Digimon with no evolution sources, you get an extra 1000 power. What happens if all of my opponent's Digimon with no evolution sources are destroyed? The moment that your opponent no longer has any Digimon without evolution sources, whether that is because you've destroyed them all or whether they've all evolved, you lose this skill, it goes away. And then a reminder of the rule we've seen before and we'll almost certainly see again. What if your opponent's only Digimon with no evolution sources is in the raising area? Ignore it, because it doesn't count. We ignore the raising area. Now, Akakumon's got a lovely inheritable skill that says it cannot be blocked by your opponent's Digimon without an evolution source. And in the FAQ, the question is, what does that actually mean exactly? And it means that if your opponent wants to activate a blocker skill to redirect to attack to another Digimon, they can only do so if the Digimon in question has at least 1 evolution source. Otherwise, they can't do it. So what you want to do is do what blue decks generally try and do, and that is try and make sure that any of your opponent's Digimon with blocker do not have any evolution sources. Now, Leomon has got a skill when it's destroyed, of course it does. Apparently that's an anime thing, that gives you an extra 2 memory. So what happens if Leomon is destroyed, and that puts the memory from your opponent's side of the board to yours? Is the turn passed to me? And we've seen this with the other gain memory skills. Yes, it will be passed to you once the battle has completely resolved, including damage, effects, etc. Now, the FAQ actually does say my Digimon with this card in its evolution source, but Leomon does not have an inheritable skill. It's a permanent skill on Leomon, so I believe that is a slight mistake there in the FAQ as published. CERBERUMON. That's a fun one, isn't it? It's got a lovely skill, or SABERLEOMON, I don't know how to pronounce these things. When you attack twice per turn, you may discard 3 cards from your hand and make this Digimon active. Can you activate the card's effect after a battle or after a security check? No, you cannot. If you do not discard cards from your hand to fulfill the skill's condition when you attack, this Digimon cannot be put to active. And this is important because you might have inheritable skills that allow you to draw cards. And then, of course, you could basically cheat and go, well, now that I've attacked, I've been able to draw cards. Now I do have 3 cards in my hand. Life is good. And we go, no, that's not good enough. You've got to have the cards in your hand and discard them at the moment you declare your attack. Otherwise, it's too late. Do you have to activate it? No. It is an optional thing. You may. You do not have to. Otherwise, it would be a horrendous Digimon because it'd be constantly forcing you to wreck your entire hand. And can you activate the skill if you've got 2 or fewer cards in hand? No. No, you can't. Because the skill says you must discard 3 cards from your hand, and then you make the Digimon active. If you can't discard 3 cards from your hand, you can't make it active. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that would be a little bit unfair. How about Weregarurumon? Now, Weregarurumon's got a rather lovely skill, and we did see this in the red FAQ a moment ago. When you attack, you get free memory. At the end of your turn, you lose free memory. What happens if you gain free memory and are then destroyed? Do you get to avoid having to give the free memory back? Nope. The skill is activated at the moment you attack, and the skill will then work. Sorry about that. ZUDOMON. Now, it's not the great ZUDOMON from the starter deck, Boo Hiss, etc. It is the other ZUDOMON. And when you play it, you draw 2 cards. And it's got an inheritable skill. If your opponent has any Digimon in play with no evolution sources, when you attack, you gain 1 memory. Do you gain an extra memory for every one of your opponent's Digimon with no evolution sources? No. It is a static. If there are any Digimon with no evolution sources, you draw exactly 1 card. You do not draw 1 card per Digimon with no evolution sources. And of course, the usual deal. Goodness, it's a very good thing that it's only in blue. We really have to worry about this. If my opponent's only Digimon with no evolution sources is in their raising area, does that activate? No, we know it doesn't activate by now. Lovely. And moving on, then we can have a look at SABERLEOMON. Now, SABERLEOMON is, well, it's got a big boy, really. It's one of your level 6s there. And when you evolve, you discard 4 evolution sources from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. So, all these cards we've been seeing in this video already that gain an advantage if your opponent has any Digimon with no evolution sources, fair to say SABERLEOMON has got all of their backs. But what happens if you use this effect on a Digimon that has no evolution sources? Is that Digimon destroyed? No! Why would it be destroyed? That makes no sense. It just discards 4 evolution sources. What happens if there aren't 4 evolution sources? You discard as many as you can. What happens if there are none? Then you discard none. There, job's a good un. Now, apparently Metalgarurumon is causing some consternation. We've got 4 different questions in the FAQ about Metalgarurumon. Now, it's got a skill whereby when you attack, you play a level 4 or lower Digimon from this Digimon's evolution sources as a separate Digimon without paying the cost of it. Okay. Can you choose to play a Digitama card? No. Digitama cards are not Digimon cards. They are in the separate 5-card Digimon deck, or Digitama deck. They can only be played into the raising area. They can only be brought out of the raising area when they have evolved. So no, you absolutely cannot use it to play the Digitama. When you declare the attack and put this card to rest, is the Digimon played with the effect also played in rest? No. It is played as a regular Digimon, which means it is not at rest. And although this isn't confirmed in the FAQ, and it feels like it probably should be, I feel very confident saying that it will be played with summoning sickness. That is to say, you won't be able to attack with a Digimon this turn, because you are playing it, and when you play a Digimon, you cannot use it that turn. Given some of the other things that have been confirmed in the FAQ, I'm slightly surprised that this wasn't, but I feel very confident that will be the ruling. When I use this card's effect to play a Digimon from the evolution sources, does the evolution skill from that Digimon still continue to take effect? No. We're looking at stuff like Dolphmon here with the extra power and all of that. No, why would it? That makes no sense. You no longer have the Digimon that would give it the evolution skill, or the inheritable skill, so of course the evolution skill stops working. But they confirm that rather than confirming whether the Digimon played can attack or not. Okay. And when you play a Digimon with a play skill using this card's effect, does that play skill activate? Oh my, yes it does. Might I suggest using this with Garurumon, whereby when you play, you get to make one of your Digimon active, which could be this one, and then you attack and you liberate another Digimon from under it. I mean, the this plus Garurumon combo is great, and I love that it's now been confirmed that it is a combo that will absolutely work. And then finally, I'm not going to forget, like I almost did in the previous video, there is one more blue card we need to talk about here. It is VEEDRAMON. VEEDRAMON might be a secret rare, but it's still a blue Digimon. When you attack once per turn, if you've got a tamer in play, you make it active. And it's got an inheritable skill whereby on both players' turn, if you have a blue tamer, you get an extra 1000 power. Does the when attacking skill activate if you have a non-blue tamer? Yes. Because it reads when attacking if you have a tamer, it does not specify blue tamer. What about the inheritable skill that does need a blue tamer? It says it specifically. What if you've got 2 blue tamers in play? Do you get 2000 power? No. And we've seen this in a couple of other rulings. It does not give you plus 1000 power per tamer. It gives you plus 1000 power if you have a tamer, regardless of how many tamers that might be. You never get above 1000 power. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Important rulings about blue Digimon, and they are important rulings. If you're interested in this game, if you're going to be playing it, if you're going to be watching other people play it, etc., it is fairly important that you know these rulings. These rulings are pretty important. So there we go. That's everything about blue Digimon and their rules you need to know. As always, I would be very excited to know what you think about these particular rulings, whether any surprise you, and if you've got any other questions, of course, chuck them down in the comments and myself or somebody else will do the best we can to assist you. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of this, so go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other games, and please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus pods, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.